Bowers, and it is up and gone. Peralta's 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. High fastball went up above the letters, and Ohtani's gone. Fly ball center field. Frelick is back onto the warning track. He's at the wall leaping, and it's over the yellow line. A home run. 2-strike pitch to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Yamamoto strikes out Vaughn, and the Dodgers have taken the first 2 games in the National League Championship Series.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Lapp.
Gotta admit, I'm going through it this morning, gang. I got the little one voice on the one side and the one voice on the other side, and they're sending me conflicting messages and sending me conflicting narratives, and I got the one guy over here who's really down this morning, really sad, really despondent. 5-1 the final, Dodgers-Brewers. Dodgers take a 2-0 series lead. Now they head back to L.A. for, well, hopefully 3 games. Fingers crossed, 3 games. And then I got the other side that's like, no, it's a long series. This Brewers team's had its backs against the wall all season long. They figured out ways when they were down in contests to rally back. They're upstart. They can do this, Jen. Don't get discouraged. And I got to be honest, right now, the other guy, Chew, is winning the conversation. The guy who's
he's winning with me too. I just call him Josh.
Yeesh.
What an honor. He calls the little guy on his shoulder Josh.
He calls the little devil on his shoulder
Josh is a little devil. I got the little angel.
I think we
But
knew.
I blame this all on Gabe.
What did I do?
It's a double blaming.
You called Yamamoto the weak link, and he probably pitched better than Snell.
He did not pitch better
And
than
I don't
Snell.
feel good.
Well, he just
didn't
pitched
pitch.
longer than
Yeah, he just
Snell.
pitched longer than Snell. He didn't pitch better than Snell.
But if that's
Snell
the
faced
weak
the
link,
minimum, right?
Yeah,
that was like the
Snell. I said of their 4 starting pitchers, I said he was the worst. So hopefully you can get to him. But he's also still really good. Like I don't think I love how Chewy hears what he wants to hear 24 hours later.
Okay, well, now you're lashing
why
out.
not?
Big time lash out. Blake Snell had the 14th best postseason performance in the history of ever based on game score.
I don't want to go to what I say all the time with the salary cap, but it's like the Brewers need an all-star team. It's like, okay, if we had Woodruff, Burns, Peralta, okay, we got a shot. But when you just have Freddie,
I mean, the starting pitching injuries certainly hurt. The way that Miz performed down the stretch and, had to be, okay, can we trust this guy? Can we not trust this guy? Certainly hurts. Those are things that are tough to overcome.
Well, and I was saying this last night as we were recapping the game just amongst our family. I said, God, remember when we thought it would be Freddie and the Miz and Woodruff as the 1, 2, 3 lights out rotation for the postseason? Like that, at that moment, that felt like, we'll take all comers. Let's go. And obviously, as you mentioned, Miz, had some challenges as the season went on, which we probably should have seen coming as a rookie in the league, sort of still figuring things out. Guys were going to get film on him. Guys were going to start you. And I know everybody's like, oh, you throw triple digits. They got to just catch up to it. But this, it's a big boy league. There are guys out there who can do that as well. But that's not what this is. The Brewers have been cobbling together the rotation, going with bullpen days, going with openers, just doing the best they can. And those guys are doing a really good job. Like, that's the thing. Like, they're doing a really good job. But they are outmanned here. They are outmatched from a pitching standpoint, Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie was 1 pitch away from having a very good outing yesterday.
Quality start.
Unfortunately, pitch number 97, he didn't locate the fastball where he needed to, and Max Muncy hits it over the wall. If he gets out of that inning, you're going, 6 innings, 2 runs. I will take that from Freddie every single time, is what you're thinking. Especially in a postseason game, but unfortunately he didn't locate pitch number 97. And look, that didn't ultimately matter.
Correct. And I did convince myself of that last night as well. It's not as though the Max Muncy home run was the difference in the game. We will also have to talk about the offense. We also have to talk about where are the bats. Guys are hitting the ball hard. They're just hitting it in the infield, and then it's just an easy out. What was your take on the offense, Gabe?
Yeah, I think so. The difference to me, Chu, of why Snell was making guys look really dumb, making him look foolish, bad swings. Mm-hmm. And yesterday, it was pretty obvious to me that they came out the first time through going, hey, we got to be aggressive against Yamamoto. He's going to give you opportunities early in counts. We have to take advantage. I mean, obviously, Jackson Chourio, first pitch of Yamamoto's outing, goes over the right field fence. And guys were going, okay, we got to be aggressive. But that wasn't resulting in hits, so the pitch count is down. Now they were kind of stuck between, all right, I want to be aggressive, but I want to take a pitch. Oh, crap, suddenly it's 0-2, and you just were kind of fighting that uphill battle the entire time. I don't know if there was a single mistake made by Blake Snell. It just seemed like he spotted and dotted everything. There were opportunities with some of the pitches that Yamamoto made last night. The Brewers just couldn't take advantage. The offense is just 1 through 9, pretty lost.
I know they have nowhere else to go, Gabe, but it just, to me, it just doesn't feel like this is sustainable.
The bullpen stuff.
No, not that. Whoever starts the game goes an inning, and then the next guy comes in for 4 outs, and then the next guy comes in. I know there's really nothing else you can do.
That's the thing. I agree with you, Chu. I want to be like, hey, it's not sustainable. You can't do this for the entirety of a 7-game series, but what else can they do? This is the hand they've been dealt.
I know, but I know we're not at that point yet, but does it come to a point where you just say, and I wanted to say it, Josh, but I can't, just bleep it. Just throw Miz. Just see what he does. Well, but leave him out there for 3-4 innings. The hell with it. Throw it. Well, you know what I'm saying?
They need him in I'm guessing game 4. Maybe he goes game 3. Because even though they've gone with the starter, they still have somebody that has to get the majority of the outs. That's what they did in game 1, right? Priester ends up going 4, and then the bullpen has to cobble together the final 5. That's what they're going to have to do with Miz. I mean, and that's what they did with Miz in game 5. He ended up going out there for 4 innings. And pitching really well. And the problem also with Miz is this is the most he's ever thrown.
Yeah.
Right? He's already, he sprinted past probably whatever innings limit they were hoping to keep him on, I'm assuming, based on what he threw last year. But they still need him now. And, you don't want to blow his arm out, but you still need innings. And, yeah, it's
Why
not
do
an
the
ideal
bats go
spot
dry?
to be. I'm guessing. I'd like to say Snell, but it goes back before that. The last 4 games, you get shut out by the Cubs, and even though you won game 5, they hit 3 solo home runs. And that was the majority of the offense. It's not like they were constantly putting pressure on Chicago in game 5. So they ran into 3 pitches and hit them out of the ballpark and got really good pitching. But it's just been one of those things where. In baseball, you go through slumps, and unfortunately, they're going through a ton of them. Like Shohei Ohtani, offensively right now, he stinks.
He's lost.
He stinks. This postseason, his batting average is worse than Christian Yelich's.
Yeah,
he has light years more strikeout. He's struck out 15 times in 34 at bats. Shohei's lost at the plate, but Mookie Betts isn't lost. Teoscar Hernandez isn't lost. And they're able to pick him up. It's one of those things in baseball where guys just don't see it very well for whatever reason. Something mechanically is just a hair off, and that can make all the difference from, hitting a rollover ground ball to second to pulling one out of the ballpark.
It is crazy, though, that they're still in the series, right? I know they're facing this 2-game deficit, but it's funny because it feels like of all the moments for this entire season, vibes are at an all-time low. Joshy, you were at the ballpark yesterday. I saw, obviously, the place went crazy after the home run. First pitch home run, Jackson Chourio. All right, here we go. And then all of a sudden they even it up with the Hernandez home run. What was it like in the ballpark yesterday?
Absolutely electric to start. Everyone was fired up, ready to go. The Jackson home run, it just carried things over. And then what I feel like happened was and the people around us were trying really hard to stay fired up, but there was so little happening in terms of getting a base runner, advancing a base runner, moving someone over that the crowd would get up. We'd get after it for like a big at bat or whatever.
3-2 count.
But then shortly after that, it was crickets because you just felt like, well, this guy is seemingly untouchable again. Their starting pitcher's going to handle this, and like many of the at bats weren't going as deep as you would like. You got bad chases, so the air was getting sucked out no matter how hard everyone in the stadium was trying to stay up.
They've had one at bat. 2 plate appearances with a runner in scoring position in the first 2 games.
Right. And
so that's tough for the crowd to get behind when nobody is getting to second base.
Yeah, and there was a Dodgers fan right next to me and behind me, and they're like, this place is so quiet. And it's like, well, yeah, you guys aren't...
You guys shoving again. Like, what do you want?
Right, like, we're doing our best here, but if nobody's on base and there's no, like, big at-bats, because... There's plenty we were up a lot more while we were pitching than we were on offense because they were threatening a lot more than the Brewers were. And that was the simple result of it. And I'm not going to take anything away from it, but it was as quiet as a mid-July week, like a weekday game.
And it's tough because in my memory, very, very recently, I watched that game at Wrigley Field where the fans were sort of heckling Freddie Peralta and they're closer. There's the logistical dynamics of Wrigley that sort of make it, you're kind of right on top of everybody. But we've never been able to create that at AmFam Field. I don't think AmFam Field is a hostile environment. I think, maybe it's the Midwestern nice thing. Everybody at AmFam is just nice, and they want to, give everybody a high five or a nux, but, it doesn't ever feel like an intimidating place to play, and that's a whole nother conversation for another time. I want to ask you this morning, guys. On the YouTube stream this morning, I got people weighing in. I got Bill saying it's over, but I got Michael saying, no, we believe. Where are you? Are you it's over or are you we believe? Because, Joshy, your line last night, not going to lie, I'm feeling a little daunted.
Yeah.
Gave me a little chuckle, but it was also like, yeah, me too. I'm feeling a little daunted here, guys. I'm feeling a little daunted that this might be too much. This hill is too hard to climb, and the Brewers are, in fact, going to lose the NLCS. Where are you this morning? 800-990-3776. Gabe, I go to you first.
You got to go to L.A., and you got to win 2 out of 3. How many times do the Brewers take 2 out of 3 against really good teams all season long? But that's what you have to do. You got to go there. You got to win 2 out of 3 games to bring this series back to Milwaukee. That has to be the mentality. It's just like any other series that you tried to win 2 out of 3 games in, and I think that's what you have to do to force a Game 6 back here on Monday night.
So are you in the middle then? Are you a...
No, this isn't over. The Dodgers are only halfway to their win total. They got to win 4 games. This isn't a 3-game series. They got to win 4. Brewers can go to L.A. Turns out they won 3 games in L.A. earlier this year. They can go to L.A., win 2 there to send it back here.
Gabe is a we believe. Gabe is a we believer.
Should we run this through our own daunted scale, much like the Seinfeld scale of concern? We're undaunted, we're slightly daunted, or totally daunted.
Yes, we should put that on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll this morning. 800-990-3776. You can always get your reaction on the Carbless Talk and text line as well. Lots of folks already weighing in this morning. It's not over until the fat lady sings, but she is certainly warming up. That from Jay in the 262. Cubs fans thought that it was over after Game 2, but it ain't over until it's over. That from Jim in the 262. You can say sweep again. That from Ryan from McGuanago. And, of course, people are asking about Christian Yelich. We will talk about Christian Yelich as the show goes on. He was pretty candid yesterday after the game as well, saying, I stink. It's a bad time for me to stink, but I stink. We'll discuss that as the show rolls on. Go ahead, Shu.
Are the Dodgers the Kansas City Chiefs? Because the Spaniard, idiot of show, who's a St. Louis fan, said...
Idiot of show?
I thought you were the idiot of show.
Well, he's a bigger idiot than me. He said the Brewers don't have a chance because the Dodgers just turn it on in the playoffs, which is kind of what we're looking at right now.
They were not healthy during the regular
season.
I think no, because the Dodgers, like Jen said, the Dodgers just weren't healthy during the regular season.
Yeah.
These guys, again, Snell only pitched the last, 6 weeks or so. Basically, he had 2 starts in the beginning of the season, had shoulder problems, and then pitched the last 6 weeks of the season. So for a big chunk of the season, guys that they needed weren't healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't turn it on. They just weren't all systems go.
Yeah, Shohei, when Shohei starts
in
Game 4, he's going to go 5 or 6 innings.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of the season, it was, all right, you can go 1 or 2 here.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll let you go 3. And they were just slowly building him up so he'd be ready for the postseason.
Jen, to answer your question, it's 90 degrees out, but the ocean is 61 degrees, and I really don't want to go in, but I'm just going to put a foot in and try and slowly get in there. Because Glass now is good, man. Glass now is better than Yamamoto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm putting a leg in. But
a leg in
I
what?
don't know if I'm going.
It's over?
In
or
the
a leg
water.
What way?
Well, yeah, is the water
what
we
is the
believe?
Stick a fork in you.
Oh,
I don't know if I want to go in. It's really hot, but the water's really cold, and no, I don't feel good. Look, they're the better team. I'm sorry. They're the better team.
So
they're
you're
the better team.
daunted.
Slightly daunted.
Sure.
I think he's daunted. It feels like that was a roundabout way of Chewy saying that he's daunted.
Does it? I'm still working my way through the metaphor, if I'm being honest.
I don't think he knew what he was doing. I think he's still working his way through the metaphor.
800-990-3776. Josh is going to effort the poll. Are you daunted? Are you slightly daunted? Are you undaunted, Brewers fans, as they now face a 2-game deficit in the NLCS, and this series heads to L.A.? Gabe?
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power. During their used car rate reduction sales event, shop 600 quality pre-owned vehicles with no money down and no payments until 2026. Interest rates are coming down, so let them try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check them out. So go to ewaldauto.com. Check out their locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did. That's what my dad did. Went to ewaldauto.com. He's looking for a new truck. Then he contacted Ewald. Unfortunately, the truck he liked, it was popular. It went. But now he's working with Ewald to try to see if he can find that truck that is perfect for him in retirement. Same can happen for you. Go to ewaldauto.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a bunch of accidents to deal with right now. First of all, 4394. On the northbound side, we've got an accident at Lapham off on the left shoulder. Then we've got another one right around the Beecher-Mitchell area. That is off on the left shoulder. And then we've got southbound backed up. We've got an accident at Beecher with the possible left lane closure there. And then we've got another accident on the southbound side at Beecher. This one just south of Beecher off on the left shoulder. And then, of course, we've got the other one at Holt Avenue blocking the left lane. This is to go along with the other accidents. We've got one on westbound 94 in the stadium interchange, one at Moreland Road blocking the left lane, a couple near Barker Road on the eastbound side as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, morning showers tapering off, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 60. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 52. Weather is brought to you by Tsunami Express.
First betting slip ever, or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
Greasy Ben Brust, just whichever way the wind's blowing. I have bad posture. I don't have a great backbone, Joshy.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy, and I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible work being done by PRISM Economic Development Corporation. Real change happens when people are given the opportunity to step into their God-given purpose. PRISM is doing just that, helping aspiring food entrepreneurs and small business owners turn their dreams into sustainable realities.
Join Tony Dungy and learn more about PRISM Economic Development Corporation in Milwaukee at prismedc.org.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, everyone who I let try borscht likes it. They don't love it, but it's a liver.
What an endorsement.
This is your
but hold on.
Hey, yeah, like, guys, good luck. I don't even have to talk anymore.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Never know. There is optimism out there. If you are optimistic, let us know. We're putting it on the poll this morning. Are you daunted? Are you undaunted? Are you slightly daunted now with what the Brewers are facing? Let's go out to the phone lines. Mo in Illinois has a take on the Brewers. Mo, where do you stand this morning? Daunted, undaunted, or slightly daunted?
Yeah, I don't even know if daunted is the right word. I'm just like numb at this point, considering what they've done in the playoffs to me. So, I mean, it's over. Gabe, I appreciate the optimism. I think a lot of people could use that this morning. But for me, I'm just more of a realist. And this Brewers team is done. They're cooked. I mean, look, the offense can't hit. Other than Vaughn, Churio, I don't know who you could – and Contreras, who can you really trust consistently on offense? Our starting pitching rotation – Woodruff is a big loss right now. It really is. I mean, the Dodgers have a really good starting rotation. The way they're able to paint the pitches on the outside corners, inside, it's something I've never seen. And then top to bottom, they just have such a stacked lineup. So, yeah, I don't see us winning. We might win one game, maybe two, but I think the series is wraps. And here's a cool little nugget. So I work with a doctor that was the head team physician for the White Sox. and he was really close to Andrew Vaughn. So they're really good friends. And he told me that Vaughn was not happy in Chicago at all. The clubhouse, had a lot of things going on there that I'll keep private for now. But he told me that Vaughn is extremely happy in Milwaukee, and he would like to stay in Milwaukee long term. He feels like he found a home there, and he loves the clubhouse there. So I'm hoping Vaughn is a Milwaukee Brewer for a long time.
Hey, look at the silver lining that Mo is bringing this morning. Andrew Vaughn wants to remain a Brewer, guys. Joshy, does that make you feel better? No.
No. I mean, I'm happy, and I think there is a long-term future for him if they want that to happen. But not gonna really make it feel better down 0-2.
Yeah, I would hope he would want to be here.
Why, is he a free agent?
No, I think they have control.
Yeah.
They do have control?
I'd imagine. He's still a pretty young player.
Okay.
800-990-3776. Johnny Raincloud is the voice of optimism this morning. That from Ryan in Milwaukee. Are you still Johnny Raincloud?
I mean, I don't even look. I was exactly right about the Packers last year, so I don't know how that's Raincloud. When I'm giving you the truth.
Hey. We. It's me and you.
What are you, French now?
Oui. Linda weighing in. And I still believe in euchre magic, but our bullpen has got to be exhausted. I am slightly daunted. Joshy, did you get that poll out into the world?
Oh, it's out there. It's not good. I can tell you that much. Last time,
what are the numbers?
A lot of daunted people out there.
Totally
anyone have the numbers?
Was the way I phrased it, and the results are 69% nice.
Whoa, nice.
Anybody have the numbers on down 2-0 and coming back from that?
So in this specific situation, where the road team has won the first two, only 3 teams out of 27 have come back to win the series.
Okay. So not great.
The teams that have gone 24 of 27 have won in this situation, in the Dodgers situation. So but teams have come back. It's not like, oh, this has never happened before situation.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better, Chew?
No.
Does it move you from totally daunted to slightly daunted, or are you slightly daunted, maybe moving to undaunted?
It's just a combination of everything. Our horse went last night and lost, so now we got to go back to 7 guys pitching in a game, coupled with they're not hitting the ball. No, I don't feel great. I really don't. But the nice thing is the positive, Jen. Is it's on at 6 o'clock here, so I'll be able to watch the full thing.
Noah weighing in saying you can't feel daunted if this is what you expected going in. Let's be honest, the Brewers weren't good against the Cubs either. 800-990-3776. Keep getting us your reaction.
It's a miracle they won 3 games. They just weren't good. They just weren't good. I guess it's a bleeping miracle they won that series.
Things to be optimistic about. Matt N says, Bucks went down 0-2 in the finals and came back to win. We need the bats to show up, though. I am undaunted. Here's some other good news. We've got Adam Schefter coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Talk a little bit about the NFL. We'll take a break from Brewers, and we'll be right back after this.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
North 94, we've got an accident in Racine County, just north of Highway K. Actually, it is a vehicle fire that is off on the right. On the northbound side, we've got one at Lapham off on the left shoulder. Then we have another one at Beecher off on the left shoulder. On the southbound side, we've got one at Holt Avenue blocking the left lane. And then we have another one right about at Beecher as well off on the left shoulder. And then we've got one, 2 right lanes on the southbound side are blocked with this accident. So it's right at the Mitchell off-ramp. Westbound 94, right about at Moreland Road, left lane is blocked. So solid delays from 92nd Street all the way to that point. And on the eastbound side, we have a crash at Barker Road off on the left shoulder as well. Those delays stretching all the way back to Highway 164. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today. Morning showers tapering off, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 60. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 52. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Kunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee is having a massive grand opening celebration, and you're invited. 3 days only. Thursday, October 16th through Saturday, October 18th. Unprecedented grand opening celebration pricing and discounts on our entire inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus over 800 pre-owned vehicles, starting as low as $39.95 and only $199 per month. We'll be paying above market value on all trade-ins during this event, no matter what the mileage or condition. And during our 3-day celebration, you can take advantage of grand opening service specials on oil changes, replacement tires, brake pads, and rotors. Almost all services with hundreds in savings. It's a party, and you're invited. All brought to you by your good friends and neighbors at Kunis Hope Chevrolet, Milwaukee's #1 Chevy superstore. Don't miss the Kunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee's huge grand opening celebration. Thursday, October 16th through Saturday the 18th, just off I-41 at 11100 West Auto Mall Drive. For info online at KunisHopeChevy.com.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move, and here is the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
Whether it's HVAC, sheet metal, or welding, Smart 18 members are trained to be the best in the business. Top-tier wages, unbeatable benefits, and lifelong career support. It is not just a job, it's a career. Learn more at smart18.org and start building your future today. Always love catching up with our guy, Adam Schefter. Adam, I just want to be full disclosure with you this morning. We are a little daunted. We are a little down this morning because the Brewers dropped the game last night to the Dodgers. They are down now 0-2 in the series as it heads to L.A. We're working through it, though. I want to be honest with you. I just want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into as you chat with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Oh, I can hear him, but I can see him, but I can't hear him. Adam?
I don't know what happened there.
I see him talk. I see the lips are moving, but I can't hear anything. That's like a Meghan Trainor song, isn't it? Your lips are moving.
It worked just a second ago. That's not great. Adam, can you hear us? Okay. Well, let me work on this.
I mean, it's just par for the course, right? Like, all right, let's try to pivot off of the Brewers and making us depressed, and now our equipment's not working, and we can't even talk to Adam Schefter to talk about all things NFL. What else can go wrong?
Out of the funk.
We just have to have him be over the test 1 2 test 1 2. Oh,
got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Could be the Fister ghost. That ghost didn't do his job. That ghost at the Fister sucks. Huh? No?
Okay, you're not helping. I know you're trying to help, but you're not helping.
I know.
You got me?
I did hear, though, that Teoscar Hernandez said that his wife won't stay at the Fister. They're staying somewhere else. Adam, do we have you now, sir?
You tell me. Do you have me, Jen?
Yeah!
Goodness, man, something goes right.
I was on my laptop. I changed to my phone, and that's the way it goes. So here we are.
All right.
Nice.
Did you catch any of that Brewers game last night, by the way?
Okay. Well, I thought the purpose was to not talk about this.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you guys, and hopefully you can rally here in L.A. and do the unexpected. I would imagine it's going to be tough to win on the road, huh?
Adam, I want to start by giving you credit. Before training camp, I asked you, give me a sleeper team that you really like, and you said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are currently number 1 in the power rankings at your station, so they've got to be good. But with that, I'm down in Bucs country right now, and I'm hearing a lot of rumbling on how they want to trade for Trey Hendrickson. Have you heard anything?
No, that's the first I've heard of that. And, yeah, I think they're checking into some things. Like, I spoke to them yesterday. I don't think anything's close in Tampa to happening. I think what happens here is as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline, there is more and more noise. If Cincinnati loses the next couple of games, maybe it would at that point make sense to trade Trey Hendrickson. But I think, they're trying to make a push here, as unlikely as it seems. They brought in Joe Flacco. Like, they're not ready to punt on the season just yet. Now, if they lose the next couple of weeks, they play Pittsburgh Thursday night. I'm not sure who they play after that. Yeah, then at that point in time, anything's possible, right? But I haven't heard that being a front and center item. We'll check, though.
Well, I know you told our friends over on Sportsman, how many moves do you think they're going to happen between now and the trade deadline? You expect it to be pretty active, right?
Yeah, well, last week I said 10 to 12, and there were 3 last week. And if we look back at the month of October leading up to the trade deadline, in each of the last 3 years, there have been at least 18 trades in 2 of the last 3 years. It was 18, 14, and 18. We had 3 last week. To be perfectly frank, I'm surprised we didn't get any yesterday. I was bracing for a couple of trades. And then on the deadline day, there's always 4, 5, 6, 7 moves that are made that day. So if we get next week 2 or 3 more and then 7 that day, that would bring us to 13, which would still be below what it's been in recent years. But let's see what happens if there's anything left this week or next week before the trade deadline week, actually.
Adam Schefter hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Okay, Matt LaFleur went on the record this week and said that there are some egregious calls that need to be called as far as Micah Parsons go. It looks like he's being manhandled out there. Some of it doesn't look legal. I got to be honest with you. Obviously, the concern is that it is limiting his ability to get to the quarterback. What type of recourse is there for a team like the Packers who feels like a guy? And again, it's not just fans' perception, right? You could say that the fans are out there, grumbling about it, but you got Matt LaFleur saying there are some calls that are being missed that are egregious. Is there any course of action that a team has when that seems to be happening to one of their playmakers?
The only thing you could do is what they're doing. You complain about it publicly. You point it out to the league office. You send in tape to the league office and say, hey, here's the plays I'm talking about. Look at this, look at this, look at this. He's held here. He's cut blocked there, whatever it would be that is illegal that they find. If it's so egregious, I'm sure they could send a tape. And you ask for the league to pay attention to it. I think that's about all you can do. I don't know what else you could do besides that, right? And I'd be working the officials a little bit in a polite, diplomatic way. I've never coached a game, but I would imagine you see coaches talking to officials all the time. And I would think that that's got to be a part of it, is making sure that you're making them aware to watch for this or watch for that, and hopefully you get some of those calls.
Adam, what's going on in Philly? Is it the injuries or is it the infighting behind closed doors?
Yeah, the funny thing is they have been off. They have not looked great, but they're also 4-2. They're 4-2, and everybody acts like this bowling. They're 4-2. They've won 20 of their last 22 games, including the Super Bowl last year. And I think that we're used to seeing them roll and hum at such an effective level that when they don't do that, you're like, well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is they're a mortal team. They're a flawed team, like every team in the league. They've got issues they got to correct and address, and they haven't been able to do that so far. But I still think they'll be able to get things together. But clearly, the offense looks predictable. The offensive line's banged up. It's not getting the push it did. Defense has some flaws. They have stuff, but every team's got stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Our conversation with Adam Schefter here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group, helps people make their own big moves every day. Trusted knowledge, superior service. They're the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. We've been discussing with the Packers this week, Schefty, about how it seems like to us that Matthew Golden and and Tucker Kraft are two big-time playmakers for them potentially, but aren't getting fed the ball. How many teams, and Matt LaFleur said, well, this is the way we do. We spread the ball out. But it seems like the really good teams go out of their way to make sure that guys have the ball. Just example, the Packers played the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase had 10 receptions. They go out of their way to make sure he's the first read, primary read. They feed him the football. Do you think the Packers' way is sustainable, or do they have to start kind of picking, hey, these are our best playmakers. We have to start feeding them the football?
Well, I think it's a combination of both, actually. I think you can do your way, but I think when certain guys get hot and certain guys start making plays, you want to put the football in their hands. I think they want to get that football to Tucker Kraft and Matthew. I don't think that's a secret, but they want to spread it around also. So I don't think it's a problem. Like, okay, so the Bengals are getting the ball to Jamar Chase 10 times. How'd that work out there, Gabe?
Put a scare into the Packers, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they did. They did, but
I just believe in getting the ball to your best playmakers. Like, this whole spreading it around thing, Adam, doesn't make sense to me when you have, Josh Jacobs is clearly their best running back, and they give him the ball 18 times. He had 5 more receptions. That makes sense. He's one of your best players. Get him the football. But if you want to spread it around, then how come your second-string running back isn't getting more touches? It just seems like, oh, well, when we throw the ball, we want to spread it around, but with our running back, we just want to feed that guy the ball because he's clearly better.
I will say, as Josh Jacobs, as a roster on my fantasy team, I like the idea of throwing him the football in space and getting him.
Look, I mean, it was productive on Sunday,
right? That works. They haven't done that recently. They did it Sunday, and I think that's an effective weapon. So if they want to keep spreading it around to Josh Jacobs in the passing game,
you're all for it.
All for it.
Adam Schefter hanging out with us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I got folks weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line. I believe it is our buddy Chef Ed, and wants to know, what's the cornerback market like right now? If the Packers were interested in going out and adding to that unit, maybe, sharpening it up a little bit. Is the cornerback market deep? Are you hearing anything out there?
Do we think that Green Bay needs a corner?
Wouldn't hurt.
I think the defense, again, we've talked about this here on the program. The defense looked like gangbusters in the first 2 weeks. We were saying Super Bowl or bust, and they're going to ride this defense all the way to the championship. And yet the last few weeks, it has been a little bit more underwhelming. I think they're just wondering if there's a way to maybe just tighten it up a little bit.
There are some quarterbacks that are available, like Michael Carter of the Jets would be a guy that they might want to look at. That the Jets traded for a corner from Tennessee, Brownlee, and he's kind of displaced Carter, so I could see Carter being moved now. But, teams aren't generally getting rid of top-flight cornerbacks. Jair Alexander hasn't exactly found his footing yet in Baltimore. That'd be a name to watch. Michael Carter. So, you want Jair back?
No.
I wouldn't mind Jair back. I don't think the Packers want him back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Adam, did you see this week that Micah Parsons' brothers basically said that Hobbs, the cornerback, sucks? I don't know if you saw that. It's not a good thing. I mean, it's great for us, but I don't know about for a locker room.
What happened?
Well, he does kind of suck. Yes,
it's been a rough start for Nate Hobbs in his time in Green Bay. We'll just put it that way.
Wait, and I just want to be clear on this because I wasn't here on Tuesday, but Micah Parsons' brother tweeted that Nate Hobbs stinks.
Correct.
Yes.
You follow that, Adam?
Yeah.
Correct. Shefty, when it comes to the league as a whole, right now it seems, again, you've got a couple of teams that only have one loss right now, but the teams that we were expecting to be dominant, teams like Philly, just have a couple inexplicable losses. Is this just kind of the new norm in the NFL as teams ease their way into the season? 17 games, everyone's trying to peak at the right time late in the season, and these early season losses really, teams, while that obviously bothers them, they're not going to be bothered too much in the big picture of losing a couple of games early.
I think there are a lot of teams that you could see in the NFC. Early on I thought it was top heavy, and it still may be, but you look in the East, Philly, I know they're flawed, but they're still a good team. 2 guys in New York have totally changed the perception of the New York Giants. I don't know if they could make a playoff run, but They look like the worst team in the league, and now they look like they actually can make a push for a.
Well, the crazy thing about the Giants is, so they beat the Chargers, they beat the Eagles, but in between there, they lost to the Saints.
Well, they turned over the football 5 times in that game on the road. So, and by the way, it's unfortunate, right, where you have a situation where if they had won that game, like we'd be talking about the Giants as this resurgent team.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think, but the schedule's very tough, and they lost that game, and they lost early, so they're in a tough spot. But the point is, these two guys have provided such hope, Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart. It's like it's a totally different feel in New York. It's crazy. Like they were irrelevant and bad, and now people are like, let's go see what they do in Denver this week with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo.
Are you putting the Bears in that same category, Adam?
They're interesting. Like, there's a lot of teams that are good. Like in the NFC North, you can all of them are interesting. They're all good. Right?
Yeah,
we hear the dings. The dings are going off.
Oh boy!
I mean, something's
Hendrickson,
happening.
he's gone.
Well, no. Just little things. I'll look if the Packers for a cornerback. They didn't just do that.
Okay. All right.
No, we appreciate that.
We appreciate you letting us know the latest in the Packers trade market.
All right, Adam, we really appreciate you hanging out with us. It does feel like we're at the point in the league where we're starting to figure out who teams are, but there's a lot of parity out there. So, not time to give up on too many teams in the league right now, and that, of course, includes the Green Bay Packers. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
Not to bring it back to this and not to make it depressed, but good luck to the Brewers.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, we appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
Good luck to the Brewers. That's all.
All right. He is Adam Schefter, joins us once a week, and we really appreciate all the insight he brings us, Gabe.
Our conversations with Schefty brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino. It's a premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com to book your total experience today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design,
you party.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift. The mornings are crisp, and the evenings are cooler. And right now, with Universal Windows Direct, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. Receive an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy, and I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible work being done by PRISM Economic Development Corporation. Real change happens when people are given the opportunity to step into their God-given purpose. PRISM is doing just that, helping aspiring food entrepreneurs and small business owners turn their dreams into sustainable realities.
Join Tony Dungy and learn more about PRISM Economic Development Corporation in Milwaukee at prismedc.org.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So overrated.
Come on, his head is a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's so right. Chewy's never been more right about anything.
Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Holy, Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Imagine the helmet on that dome. It'd be the first 8.5 size. What the?
On 94.5 ESPN.
When it comes to your home, the smart play, of course, is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. This month, score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months. So many different customized options, so you're going to make sure you find the window that's perfect for you, your home, and your budget. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping the drafts. Don't wait. Schedule that free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Credit to Joshy, who is doing his damnedest this morning to play some decent music to get vibes up as we are sort of down in the dumps given the current state of your Milwaukee Brewers. Headed to L.A., headed to California, where the series continues. Brewers down 0-2 to the Dodgers in the NLCS. Pat Murphy said yesterday about Christian Yelich, who is 0-4 his last 17 with 11 groundouts. He's getting pitched really, really tough. They're very aware of his abilities. It's a small sample size. I know it's critical because it's now, but I'm not worried that Yelly won't respond. I am. I'm a little bit worried about the performance we've seen from Christian Yelich during the postseason, and it isn't just this series, because you could sit there and go, well, Snell's really good, Yamamoto was really good, but he also struggled in the last series, guys. 0 for 13 in his last 4 games. I just mentioned the 0 for 17 number there. It's an extended slump right now for Christian Yelich, and I know there is an argument that you can't control when slumps come and when slumps go in Major League Baseball, but Yelich is supposed to be sort of the heartbeat of this team. You know, he is obviously the de facto leader, and I think as he goes, often the team goes, Gabe. What do you make of Christian Yelich's slump right now?
Yeah, it stinks. I mean, there's no way around it, but I had somebody tweet me last night, they need to hold Yelich accountable and bench him. Well, I don't think that's the answer either. Who do you want in there? You want Blake Perkins DHing? You want Andrew Lockridge? You want Andrew Lockridge DHing? Brandon Lockridge?
You took the two and you smashed them together.
But, I mean,
Gabe, do you leave him at leadoff, though?
I mean, he hasn't batted leadoff. He's been the last 2 games he hasn't batted leadoff.
Yeah, but do you put him back there? Or
no, I don't. I don't put him.
I mean,
back there.
does it? Gabe, coming out of like a slump like this, doesn't it start a progression of like, all right, you're making good contact, but it's going at people.
Yeah.
Because he really hasn't made good contact.
No, and that's,
right?
yes, correct. It's been a lot of just little choppers that have been staying in the infield. It's not like he's been hitting the ball, squaring it up, having those 100-plus mile-an-hour off-the-bat type situations. That hasn't been... No, that's not what's been going on.
And look, I'm one of those people, too, who doesn't really pay a lot of attention to RBI because, well, your other guys have to be doing their job as well and getting on base in order for those numbers to jump. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's Yelich's fault that he doesn't have more RBI over this last stretch either because, guys are not getting on base. We've talked about that already this morning. But there is something to be said for, in the past, he was injured. And he had the injury excuse, and I don't mean excuse, but explanation, if you will, for why he struggled, why his numbers weren't what we wanted them to be. But he's healthy now, And so it's a big part of there's going to be criticism hurled his way. Now, to his credit, he is handling it. I think he stood in front of his locker yesterday, and he kind of took the questions about him stinking. But this, to me, feels like a glaring issue that the Brewers are having right now offensively that Christian Yelich cannot make contact.
You can't win the series without Yelich performing well. Like, you can't come back if Christian Yelich is going to be 0-4. I mean, right now he's 0-7 for the series, but as you mentioned, he doesn't have a hit in the last 4 games. And I don't think it's a coincidence. The last 4 games is when the Brewers' offense has struggled a little bit. You need Yelich to be on the base pad because he's also one of those guys that can be a threat. But again, at the same time, they've had one at-bat with a runner in scoring position the last 2 games. Right. So it's not even just exclusive to Yelich. Yes, it stands out because he's one of your best offensive players. He had 29 home runs. He had over 100 driven in throughout the course of the season. So it stands out a little bit more when he's not performing, but it's team-wide right now. It's team-wide in this series.
But you gotta credit the pitching.
I mean, yeah.
And again, that's why I said to you, I'm willing to do that for this series, right? Yeah. Because we all think that Snell and Yamamoto basically pitched gloriously, but it extends further back as well, and that's where I think we're sitting here going, okay, we need to lock in. He needs. I do think that there is a part also where, if he can make contact, if he can start getting on base, I think some of these other guys will do it as well. That's sort of how hits go in Major League Baseball. They kind of come in bunches. And so, again, I can't get my head around it. I can't figure out why. Are you seeing anything in his at-bats, Gabe, where you're like, oh, this is why?
I just don't think he's seeing it well right now. There's a little more chase out of him than we're typically used to seeing.
Is it technique? Because the only thing I can equate it to is the dropsies, and when you get the dropsies are like the shanks in golf, right? You don't know where the hell they come from, but the dropsies are more of a confidence thing. Mm-hmm. It's like you almost forget how to catch a football.
Yeah, I don't know what to compare it to in football, Chew. That's the thing. I just don't think he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand very well. And when you're not seeing it well, it's tough to be ready and be able to react to what you need to react to. And that's why I see it because it just seems like he's a hair late on everything. Just to tick off because he's probably not seeing it out of the hand really well. I guess if there's the silver lining here is the next 2 starters are right-handed. And that can, maybe help you get out of the slump a little bit after seeing so many lefties in that Cubs series, seeing Blake Snell as a lefty in Game 1. I guess I'm hoping that the continued right-handed pitching can help him get out of the slump.
Okay. Let's hope.
Well, again, so going back to what I started with, Chew, Murphy says he's not worried that Yelich won't respond. Are you confident that Yelich will respond over these next couple of games? Because it's do or die. I mean, backs against the wall, all the cliches you want to throw at this situation, at this sucker. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen now, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that, yes, the next 2 games are against righties. Because like Gabe said, some of his swings are like, dude, why are you swinging at that pitch?
Yeah, he's just not seeing it.
He's missing by like a foot. If you looked at Shohei last night, it's the same thing. It's like he just doesn't see it for whatever reason.
If I had an explanation, Chew, I would not be sitting in this chair. No. I would be in a dugout somewhere, helping everybody that, hey, I'm not seeing it very well. Well, here's what you do to fix this problem.
It's weird how it's like a virus, and then you take the complete opposite. The two, how do you say his name? The Paget. It's very French. The guy who hits 9 for the Dodgers.
Oh,
Pages. Let's just call him Pages.
Andy Pages.
Yeah, it's Pages.
Definitely not French.
And then the guy before him with the glasses. I mean, they're hitting 8 and 9, and they're hitting the ball.
Kike Hernandez.
Yes, they're unbelievable. It's 8 and 9. You should suck.
Well, what was the number I saw at one
games.
point? They said it on the broadcast yesterday. At one point, the bottom of the order was 8 for 15.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if that was the final number because this was mid-game. When they said that, I was like, are you kidding me right now? The bottom of the Dodgers order was 8 for 15 at one point in the game. Look, I want to give credit where credit is due. The Brewers are not in the NLCS. They are not the best team in baseball throughout the regular season without Christian Yelich. I believe it was a month ago that he set some sort of record and drove in his 100th run of the 2025 season. That's an incredible milestone. So I don't want to sit here and be like, Christian Yelich is a bum. Obviously, he's not. But he's picked a bad time. And again, picked is a poor choice of words because I don't think it's a conscious decision by Christian Yelich, but it's a bad time to be bad, as they say.
Pages, by the way, Chewy, just for your record keeping, is Cuban.
Is he really? Could have swore that was French.
Well, you know, he started the show with the wee, and you said...
Bring it full circle.
Maybe it's just the theme, you know? You start the first hour with the French, you end the first hour with the French.
I took French, not very well, but I took it.
Yeah, but when you say you took a class, it means you basically just signed up for it, right? Like,
I
How
went
often
from
did
French.
you attend
I went from
class?
French to Latin, which was a big mistake.
I can't imagine you sitting through a Latin class.
I can't imagine anyone, even back in the day, being like, you know what would be a great language to learn?
Yeah.
Latin.
Yeah. You know what I settled on, finally?
German?
Spanish.
Oh.
You can't speak Spanish.
¿Qué pasó, estúpido?
Yep, there.
Was your number one vato.
There
and
it
not
is.
only that, I can roll the tongue with the R, so it was a good decision by myself.
Show me.
Huh?
Show me how you roll the R's with the tongue. We have enjoyed. Yeah. We have enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help with our home projects. As you might know, me and my husband are not the most handy people out there, but we do know when something is bigger than us. And when it is, we call our friends over at Professional Construction Inc. If you're thinking about building a new home, or maybe you've got a remodeling project that you need help with, the PCI team is here for you as well. Mike and Michelle operate a family-owned company. They believe in building relationships and doing exceptional work on your projects. Learn more at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't take 4394 northbound. I don't say that often, but I'm telling you, don't do it. We've got basically solid delays all the way up from the Mitchell interchange because of various accidents. One at Lapham with the left shoulder blocked. We've got another one at the Beecher Street area with the left shoulder blocked. Southbound is also backed up with accidents. One at Beecher with the two right lanes blocked, another one right past Beecher with the left shoulder blocked, and another one down at Holt Avenue with the left lane blocked. It is solid in either direction on that roadway. We also have an accident on westbound 94 at Moreland Road with the left lane blocked. That's got backups all the way back to 84th Street. On the eastbound side, we had an accident right about at Barker. Looks like they may have been able to clear that one, but we do still have delays coming in from Highway 16 all the way to just past Barker Road to Brookfield Road, and then just general delays around the rest of the area. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning showers tapering off, mostly cloudy, a high of 60 tonight, the gradual clearing, a low of 52. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
Truck crash? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
First inning on the way, and a fly ball into right. This is hit a ton. It is back. It is out of here. First pitch of the ball game. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. Hit down the left field line. This is a problem. Back is Bowers, and it is up and gone. Peralta's 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. High fastball went up above the letters, and Ohtani's gone. Fly ball center field. Frelick is back onto the warning track. He's at the wall leaping, and it's over the yellow line. A home run. 2-strike pitch to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Yamamoto strikes out Vaughn, and the Dodgers have taken the first 2 games in the National League Championship Series.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Lapp.
We put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. How are you feeling about the Milwaukee Brewers' chances of coming back from an 0-2 deficit against the Dodgers to win the NLCS? Are you undaunted? Are you slightly daunted? Are you totally daunted? Go ahead and weigh in on that. Currently, totally daunted is running away with this sucker, 80% of the vote. I think the frustrating part, and I'll just speak for myself, but I think I speak for a lot of Brewers fans, tell me if I don't, is that all season long, the Brewers thrived on surprising opponents, putting pressure on opposing pitchers, no matter what the count, no matter what the situation, no matter how many outs, they went up there and they were, to use the catchphrase, undaunted, unintimidated. Average Joes, we talked about, Motley Crue, all of those types of things. It didn't matter. They were unintimidated by the moment, by the situation. And the way the Dodgers have pitched these last 2 games, it feels like has been the kryptonite for that attitude. It has been the kryptonite for that type of mindset, that type of dynamic, because the offense is a major concern right now, and the numbers are not good. I'm just going to pull up an article here. We mentioned Christian Yelich, 0 for 7. William Contreras, Bryce Terang, and Jackson Chourio are 2 for 29 in the NLCS. And Gabe, I think you mentioned about the infield hits, right? Like, you mentioned how they just haven't been able to get the ball out of the infield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's in order to put pressure on teams and cause havoc on the base paths, you need runners on the base paths. And it's not even just that. Yamamoto and Snell were so sharp, they're not even getting walks, right? I know Joey drew one last night, and it just seemed like every time the Brewers were getting a base runner, it's with 2 outs, right? And they weren't able to apply the pressure, try to steal a base, get over to second base. It's tough to apply that pressure when you're not getting anybody on base. And those 2 were so sharp, it's just tough because the Brewers could not even grind out the at-bats that they typically do because Yamamoto was just dotting pitches. Oh, you're down 0-2. Close pitch. Okay, take it. Strike 3. Just somehow caught the corner there, and you're heading back to the dugout. There's been a lot more swing and miss. That's how good these 2 have been. So a lot of it is, to me, credit to the way these 2 guys have thrown the first 2 games.
Chewy Murphy said, we've chased more than we've chased all year. We've been the best in baseball at not chasing pitches. These pitchers brought out the worst in us. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever had a team or maybe an opposing player who just made you guys look silly?
Probably Dallas back in the day. But they were so so good. But you know what I really think? I think it's just the devalue of the regular season in every sport. I really do. And I think Brewers had a team where Murph wouldn't let him do that. He didn't let him glide this whole season. He was on him. Because a lot of these guys at the beginning of the year weren't really well-known players on this roster, and that's why, the preseason predictions for the Brewers were so low, and they blew those predictions away. I really think there's just a lot of Kansas City Chiefs teams that because when I played in the NFL, you lose a game, it mattered. It mattered. Now it doesn't matter. Adam said, Eagles lose 2 in a row. Who cares? We'll be fine. We're going to be in the playoffs. Buffalo's on a big slide. They're banging. It'll be fine. Let's just get there. I think that just goes across, and we talk about it in basketball a lot, how the regular season doesn't matter. All that matters is the playoffs. And I think there's a little bit of that. It's like the Dodgers are like, we're probably going to be in the playoff. Who cares if we're a wild card team? We're good enough where we can win it all and turn it on.
But not for everybody, though. It's not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Because I think the point that you're making, you're talking about how the Dodgers sort of have the luxury of coasting. Remember, the Dodgers were injured for a chunk of the regular season. You could even argue that when the Brewers caught them, they were injured. What was the stat that you threw out the other day, Gabe, where you were saying, they had more money on the injured?
Oh, yeah. Yes. When the Brewers played them, there was more money tied up on the IL for the Dodgers than the Brewers' entire payroll.
So my point to that is the Brewers don't have the luxury of coasting during the regular season, because the only reason the Brewers are in the position that they are in is because, like you said, Murphy made them keep their foot on the gas all regular season long so that they could secure home field advantage, because it was supposed to give them an advantage in the postseason. That has not shown up in this series, Gabe.
No, it hasn't. But again, it comes two things that they always say play in the postseason. You want to be able to hit home runs, and teams that hit more home runs in the postseason than their opponents, their record is unbelievable. And starting pitching. Starting pitching always plays in the postseason. And that's where the Brewers are beat up. Because and it's not even, to me, just Brandon Woodruff. It's Jose Quintana as well. Because when Quintana got hurt, there's just no way for him, A, to rehab the calf injury and then have a place to go and throw and get rehab starts, right? Oh, okay, he's building things back up. So by the time he's healthy, now the postseason is here, and, hey, we need you to go out there even if your arm isn't up to the point where you can throw 6 innings, because we just got to get something out of you. So it goes deeper than just the Woodruff injury. I think the Quintana injury also factors in terms of how much they trust him and how long he can go, because he wasn't able to finish the regular season or even get injured earlier and get rehab starts and be ready to go and strong enough to throw in the postseason.
But this is how the Brewers have to do it, though. If you look over the last couple of years with pitching, Freddie ain't going to be here. They can't pay Freddie. Will you agree?
Oh, but I thought Freddie said he wanted to be here and was willing to talk about.
Yeah, they haven't come to an agreement.
Can they pay him, Gabe?
No. I mean, not.
They can't pay him.
If he wants full market value, no, he can't be in Milwaukee.
I got to be honest with you, though, guys. I did see a lot of tempering the excitement about Freddie Peralta, who is our ace, but maybe not an ace, if you want to try to split that hair and make that distinction. Freddie is good. Freddie's not great.
Somebody who is going to tell you that Freddie Peralta's not an ace doesn't know ball.
But here's the thing. In these moments, you need a guy to be able to go out there and do what? And look, Snell's not even the Dodgers ace, but go out there and do what Snell did. Do what Yamamoto did. And there are still moments when Freddie is on the hill. And again, I love Freddie Peralta. I want to make sure that I disclaim the hell out of this thing. I think he's fantastic for the Brewers. He's been a fantastic Brewer. But there are times when he goes out there and he's going to give up a dinger. Or you know he's going to give up a big hit.
But you don't end up with the 5th best ERA in baseball. And again, it's not like, Freddie was hurt this year. No, he made every single start for this team this year. He made a career-high starts. He started 33 games and ended up with a 2.70 ERA. That's an ace.
Yeah.
That's an ace.
He had the most wins, I think. Didn't he have the most wins in the National League?
Probably, yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah, he had 17 wins this year.
To finish my point, all I'm saying is I don't think Freddie's back down the road. So then it's Priester and Miz. And you keep this thing rolling. And hopefully this season's not over, but that's kind of how they have to do it, where the Dodgers can keep Kershaw until he's 58 years old and pay him $30 million a year. They can do that. We can't. And hopefully that'll change 2 years from now. But I don't know if it will.
So I see something happening here as we're having this conversation, guys. I'm seeing it we're sort of debating between whether or not we think that the Brewers' woes are more offensive related or pitching related. If you had to pick one or the other, and look, it's easy to say that it is both right now, right? Mm-hmm. When one is slumping, you need the other to step up. Right now, both, as you mentioned, the injuries contributing, of course, to the pitching situation. But what is more responsible for, in your mind, Gabe, right now, for the Brewers' struggles?
Offense, it's not even close.
The offense.
It's not even close. I have to go back to the Sarah Lang's tweet of having one at bat with runners in scoring position is by far the lowest in any championship series ever in baseball. You just can't. You need runners on. You need guys on base. Mm-hmm. They've scored one run each of the last two games. The pitching wasn't a problem on Monday. They gave up 2 runs. Pitching wasn't a problem on Monday. Yeah, they gave up 5 runs yesterday. You got to score more than a run in a playoff game. You're not going to win too many playoff games 1-0. Yeah. You need to put pressure on them. You need to get to that terrible bullpen that the Dodgers have, and they just haven't been able to get there. So it's clearly the offense because they just have not been able to apply pressure. It was one of the best offenses in all of baseball all season long in their first 2 games. Didn't live up to their reputation.
The Dodgers have the best rotation in all of baseball?
Yeah.
When healthy, for sure.
Yeah.
They do.
800-990-3776. Where are you placing the blame? Is it more offense or is it more the pitching situation? And that, of course, includes the injuries that have contributed to them having to do these bullpen days, these openers, and all of these kind of newfangled ways of constructing the rotation. Let's go out to James in Bayview. James, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Who do you put the blame on?
Guys, thanks for taking my call. Like I told your screener, I think the offense was in a funk even when they played the Reds. Now, I thought they snapped out of it in game 1 and 2 against the Cubs. Then they went right back. The pitching is holding us in the game. The pitching is keeping us in the games because the Dodgers, they're not really putting up a ton of runs. Maybe 5-4 in game 1 against the Phillies. You could overcome that. But, it's just not Yelich. It's Ortiz. It's Terang. It's Frelick. They're not getting clutch hits. They're not driving in runs. It's just that's the problem right there.
You need guys on base to get clutch hits and driving runs. To your point, it goes back to just the fundamental very beginning of it. It's everything right now, man.
One home run isn't going to cut it.
No.
Yeah. A home run here and not cutting it. It's the offense. The pitching is keeping us in the game. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, fewest hits allowed in the first 2 games of a postseason series. 2019 NLCS Nationals allowed 4. 2025 NLCS Dodgers allowed 5. And the 1906 World Series Cubs allowed 5. That's the company that the Dodgers are keeping with this pitching right now. It's just you
can make the argument that's the company that the Brewers are keeping right now as far as their feudal offense.
Yeah. You can't score 2 runs and win a game.
800-990-3776. Lots of reaction rolling in, and a lot of people do want to talk about the money. So we will take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we will have the conversation that everybody is having, which feels a little sour grapesy. It does. But it is also a reality of Major League Baseball. Jeff Passan addressing it just a few days ago in an article as well. We will talk about the money right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is here to help. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, Mentality does a great job of helping men with low testosterone, and they focus on free testosterone levels, which a lot of doctors overlook. So how do you know if you have low testosterone? Maybe you have low energy, motivation, fatigue, you're tired all the time, you have weight gain or muscle loss, especially belly fat, you feel anxious, moody, irritable, all signs of low testosterone. So go to Mentality's website, mentalityhealth.com/radio, and book an appointment today. Go through their process. See if what you're dealing with is low testosterone. They're a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. And if you're like me and do have low testosterone, start working with Mentality, you can start to feel like yourself again. Your energy comes back with these testosterone therapy treatments. Belly fat burns off, your muscle strengthens, and you feel, more importantly, like yourself again. You're confident, driven, and ready to tackle life. So what are you waiting for? Head over to the website. Don't let low testosterone hold you back. Be the best for yourself and your family. MentalityHealth.com/radio is the website. MentalityHealth.com/radio to book an appointment with Mentality Health today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 4394, we still have a bunch of accidents to deal with. One at Lapham on the left shoulder, another one at the Beecher Mitchell Street area off on the left shoulder as well. On the southbound side, there's one at Beecher Lincoln as well. Looks like they were able to move things off to the shoulder. It was in traffic for quite a while. Then we've got another one off on the left shoulder a little bit further south of that. And then we've got another one on right about at Holt Avenue on the southbound side. That one still has the left lane blocked. They've got it blocked off with barrels at this point. Other than that, we've got pretty much just delays around the area. Southbound 43 is heavy from Silver Spring all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue and again through the Marquette, obviously. Northbound slowing from North Avenue up past Locust. Southbound 41 heavy from the county line all the way down to Capitol Drive with the northbound side there from Wisconsin Avenue all the way up past Burleigh, a heavy ride. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning showers tapering off, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 60. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 52. From the WTMJ Traffic Center.
Make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke's Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to Welke'sSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to Welke'sSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at Potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy, and I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible work being done by PRISM Economic Development Corporation. Real change happens when people are given the opportunity to step into their God-given purpose. PRISM is doing just that, helping aspiring food entrepreneurs and small business owners turn their dreams into sustainable reality.
Join Tony Dungy and learn more about PRISM Economic Development Corporation in Milwaukee at prismedc.org.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fall in Wisconsin means football season, crisp evenings, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. But it is also one of the best times to sell your home. With serious buyers looking and fewer homes on the market, you could score a deal before winter hits with the We Sell Group. Don't delay until chaos hits in the spring. The We Sell Group is ready to give your home a home field advantage so it gets sold this fall. The We Sell Group, helping Wisconsinites score big in their next chapter. Get started with Rob and Nick at WeSell.kw.com.
Mom, when are you going to stop squeezing that tray of pigs in a blanket, crock-pot queso, and vat of chili all onto that tiny countertop?
Abby, we just turned our kitchen and dining room into a massive 15-person island.
Wait, doesn't Buckley, the Chicago fan, make our friend group 16?
Here at PCI, we've been remodeling residential and commercial spaces for over 21 years. From bigger countertops to open layouts, we build spaces ready for every season's biggest game.
Get your home game day ready with PCI. Visit ProfessionalConstructionInc.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen to his interview, the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group. They believe in the human side of real estate. Faith, family, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win. No matter if it's buying or selling, get started today. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com.
I hesitate to do this because I don't ever want it to seem like excuses are being made for a team that is underperforming, because that's what the Brewers are doing right now. They are underperforming. But Jeff Passan wrote an article the other day talking about how if the Dodgers win the World Series again, it will open up that can of worms of, does Major League Baseball need a salary cap? Because the Dodgers spend and they spend and they spend and they spend in order to put their roster together. There's different ways that teams defer money and what salaries look like, right? If you're sitting here going, Shohei Ohtani makes $2 million this season, well, right, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. But to know that $60 million of his contract is deferred, and then you talk about what Blake Snell is making, and you talk about what some of these other Yamamoto, et cetera, are making. It is a major disparity for what the Dodgers are paying this roster and what the Brewers are paying their roster. I think the simplest way to do it is to know that the Dodgers payroll is roughly 2.5 times larger than the Milwaukee Brewers. And so, of course, the question becomes, can the Brewers actually compete? Can they actually compete with teams like this who are star-heavy, top-loaded payroll when they are a youth-heavy, value roster-building, pre-arbitration, team control, etc.? Gabe, when people bring up the money disparity between the Brewers and some of these teams like the Dodgers, you could even throw the Phillies in there, by the way. They're another team that spends big. What is your reaction to that discussion?
I understand it, but at the same time, it's just the reality. I'm not going to throw up my hands and go, well, the Brewers are never going to compete. They can never do this. Now, do things have to break their way? Yes. When they have injuries the way they do to Brandon Woodruff, or as we discussed, even, Quintana late in the season, these are the things that can't really help the team out. And the money, to me, for the Dodgers buys them depth of this is how good their pitching is. Their pitching is so good that Clayton Kershaw, what a pretty good year this year, not even considered to be a part of their rotation in the postseason. And he had a pretty good year. That's how deep they are, and that's what the money can buy. The money's going to buy you depth, especially at the starting pitching position, and that's the place where teams are willing to spend a lot of money is for guys who are going to be starting pitchers. I understand the article by Jeff is fantastic, but this was going to be a conversation at the end of 2026 anyway. Owners, if the Brewers somehow win this, I understand that the players' union is going to see, look what the Brewers did. They made it all the way to the World Series, and they have a $122 million payroll. We don't need this. That's not going to change the owner's mind and go, oh, I guess you're right. If the owners want a salary cap, they're going to want the salary cap, and I don't think that necessarily this series depends upon it, although either side is going to have a talking point depending upon the outcome of this series.
The difference is you probably keep Urias, right? Gabe?
Who are you talking about?
Who's the shortstop last year?
Willie Adames. Even though he went back to the shortstop.
I was close.
He went back to the shortstop.
I actually thought he was talking about Uribe.
Luis Urias is, I believe, who he was somehow referencing.
So I know Corbin Burns was injured this year. Mm-hmm. You probably sign him. Right? That's a difference. And I agree with you. It's depth. Even though this team in the regular season, played unbelievable, it's just different when you get to the playoffs. I mean, horses matter. And it just the salary cap doesn't afford to do that. They got to kind of cobble this thing together, and they cobbled it together very well this year. But, I mean, it's tough going up against a rotation like this. And we're seeing it firsthand. They got to do something, I think.
Well, I mean, baseball feels like they have to do something, and that's why people like me feel that we might not have baseball in 2027, at least to start the season, because it seems like this is not this series specifically, but it's been a long time coming, and you see the money that the Dodgers spend or the Mets spend, and again, the way that they kind of mitigate getting Ohtani by deferring $680 million of the $700 million contract. So Ohtani's not really going to start getting paid on this thing until 9 years from now. 2034 is when the first payment's due to him in terms of the deferred payments that he's made. I think they have to do something, and the owners clearly agree that they're going to do something. Players' union doesn't want it, and this thing's going to get ugly.
Let me ask you this, Gabe. Wouldn't the salary cap help the middle class? I mean, because the superstars are the ones that get uber bucks, which drives the salary cap up so high.
Mm-hmm.
If they capped it, wouldn't that help? Because the NFL tried to do the same thing years ago, where it wasn't like there's 10 guys making tons of money and the other 40 guys making nowhere near what they're making.
I would say that in the NFL, it hasn't quite worked the way that they wanted it to, because so many teams want to go young. And if your choice right now is pay like a fourth-round guy on a rookie contract or pay a veteran in the middle of your roster, veteran minimum, they're going with the rookie because it's cheaper than they can spend money on. Again, let's just take the Packers, for example. I mean, they want to be young anyway, obviously. They've been the youngest team in the league the last 3 years. But when you're going to pay your quarterback $50+ million, you're going to pay Micah Parsons what you're paying Micah Parsons. You're paying Zach Tom to be one of the best right tackles in all of football. One of the highest paid safeties is on your roster in Xavier McKinney. When you're spending money there, then you have to save money elsewhere, and they're going to do it with young guys and not necessarily the middle class of free agents. Like that middle class of free agent that could potentially make, to me in the NFL, $6, $7, $8 million. That doesn't really exist because teams just go and instead of spending that, I'll just spend it on a young guy.
But if you're Mark Atanasio, guys, what excuse do you have? I'm sorry. Why in the world would you go to a different model when what you have been doing, and people will argue that they wish that Atanasio would spend more and go out and get and keep and all that stuff, when they had all the success they had this regular season. When the Brewers were the number one team in baseball, why in the world, as the owner, would you be like, yep, what we're doing obviously isn't working? Because the argument is it is working. It did work for them. Now, I know that's not the end-all, be-all. I know there is no banner for best regular season record in Major League Baseball. I get it. But there is a little bit of proof here that this blueprint, that building a team this way, does work, or at least did work for the bulk of the baseball season.
And I think the thought process there for somebody like Atanasio, who has obviously they've built this way, can you imagine if it was a level playing field and we could add free agents? Like, we've got a great farm system, now sprinkle in free agents, kind of like what the Packers do. Sprinkle in a free agent here and there, or be able to re-sign a Corbin Burns, keep one of your guys, or even Brandon Woodruff. Woody could leave as a free agent this offseason. We'll have to wait and see what the market is and if teams are actually going to be willing to pay somebody coming off of shoulder surgery and then couldn't finish the season with the lat injury that he had. But he could leave as a free agent. But if you could sprinkle in some of that and add it to the great farm system, the great scouting system that you have, I think that's the thought process of, we would be in favor of this because we already have the advantage of finding the young guys. Now, if we can keep some of those young guys long term, that can set us up for better success.
Reaction rolling in, Shu, on the Carbless Talk and text line. Tim says, not sour grapes. The Brewers are really fun and built to win in the regular season. The Dodgers, however, were bought for the postseason. There's a reason these outstanding starters can spend most of the season on IL and then make a playoff run. The Brewers have to be perfect in order to win a World Series. It is tough to watch our boys look so outclassed, but their 8-9 hitters are doing better than our entire team. Meanwhile, Buzzy says, of course we can compete, just like Gabe is explaining, but we need everything to go perfectly to go deep into the playoffs. Why are we always injured come playoff time? Roster depth, ? Bad luck, ? And then Ryan says, allow teams to go over the cap and pay the tax, but make it really hurt that they go way over the cap, make them not want to do it. And I believe that's what the NBA has tried to do, right, with the apron structure. And listen, you want to spend, that's fine, but we're going to nail you with these fines and these fees.
Yeah, and then limit you in what you can do in terms of adding to your roster if you're over a certain point, which is what the apron system has done in the NBA. And that's why, again, there's a real possibility of stoppage after next season.
Does this come down to a vote like the NFL does when they go to a collective bargaining agreement? Because I would think most players, and I'm thinking if I was in this situation, I would want to get the free agency as quick as I could instead of waiting 7 years.
Yeah.
So I would trade the cap for free agency
Sooner,
and I would think, the non-superstars, if it comes to a vote, because you remember years ago, Rogers was bitching that no one reads everyone gets a vote.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a vote. So I think it's a possibility that the players say, yeah, we'll have the cap of free agency 4 years. Yeah. I would do that.
But it just seems like, well, the NFL Players Association is a disorganized mess.
I agree.
There are a lot of things going on. You can speak firsthand of the disorganized mess that is the NFLPA. Major League Baseball Players Association is not that. They seem very unified and anti-cap because they want more money, more bucks out there for everyone. And the fear is if the money's not out there for everyone, then everybody's bottom line is going to be hurt.
Reaction rolling in on the YouTube stream as well. Seth says the best bet in Milwaukee is constantly being good and hoping it falls in place 1 year with random guys getting super hot during a postseason run. Fair or unfair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I don't think it's random guys necessarily because I would say that this team, especially the way that some of them grew, are better than just random guys, right? Like, I mean, Chewy called them pages earlier, but Andy Pages is a pretty good player. Like, is he just a random guy for the Dodgers because we might not know his name? I mean, he's better than that. He's better than
From a Brewers standpoint, I think they're saying random guys. You need a couple of random guys like who you don't expect to get hot in order to make that postseason run.
I would settle for, the guys that are your horses getting hot right now because nobody's hot right now. Right? Mm-hmm. That's you need Yelich and Contreras and those guys at the top of the lineup. Chourio, who I know hit the home run last night and now is getting closer and closer to breaking every franchise record in the postseason, despite only being in two playoffs for him. But you need those guys to carry you, and yes, then you need the contributions from random guys, and that's happened for a couple of teams. It's happened for the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks in recent years.
So let me pose this to you guys as we wrap up this segment here. If the Dodgers go on to win the World Series, and again, that's still a big if. There's still a series here to play, and then of course you got the World Series. If they were to do that, would the silver lining of that happening again be that it amplifies, it sort of accelerates this conversation about a salary cap in Major League Baseball, which would potentially, ultimately, help the Brewers? Is that a silver lining that you could get behind? It would stink, it would suck. Nobody is saying, go Dodgers here. But is that a silver lining of if the Dodgers go on to win this thing again, all of a sudden we are having serious conversations about the disparities between the haves and the have-nots?
I just don't know how they do it from a monetary standpoint where you're going to go to a cap. It's not like the Brewers are going to make any more money from their TV revenue. The Dodgers and the Yankees, whose TV revenue is off the charts,
the local
they're not going to share that money. It's not going to be like the NFL back before all the owners got together and said, you know what? This is what's best for the NFL. Let's do it. Everyone makes the same amount. Baseball ain't going to do that. They ain't going to do that. So I don't understand, Gabe, even though there is a cap, where's the revenue going to come from?
Yeah. Well, and what kind of cap are you going to go? Are you going to go soft cap the way the NBA has? Or are you going to go hard cap the way the NFL does? I think there's a lot of conversations. But to answer your question, Jen, no. That silver lining doesn't exist for me because I think it's a conversation that's happening regardless. Like, it's a conversation that's been on the track. Maybe that accelerates it a hair, but we already know what the deadline is. We know where the end date of this current CBA is December of 2026, and those conversations are happening regardless if the Brewers win this series or not. Again, I think it gives, if the owners who want a salary cap are firm on it, I think they will point to the Dodgers as, yeah, look at Dodgers won the World Series 2 years ago or back-to-back years, first time in 20-whatever years that somebody's gone back-to-back in our sport, and they basically bought it. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing for us? And the conversations are going to happen regardless of who wins this series to me.
TC weighing in saying, instead of a cap, what about a floor? We know damn well Mark A isn't hitting a cap even if there is one.
Well, but the Brewers are hitting the floor. I think the Brewers would hit. The floor is not going to be more than what the Brewers are currently spending.
Yeah, but hold on. Would it be that he has to spend at least, what's the NFL, 61% or 62% of what they make? I just don't understand how it's going to work.
Yeah, I have no idea what that number is, Chew, in the NFL, because everybody spends the money. Right? Like, everybody spends the money. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, they have to. They have to spend X amount of the dollars. But the thing in the NFL This is at least back when I played. The NFL splits the ticket revenue whether you're not selling out or you're selling out. They split it, and then each individual owner gets the luxury box revenue. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I knew it was back when I played. I just don't understand how they're going to do that when you have the Marlins getting 6,000 a game and the Yankees selling out every game.
800-990-3776. We put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll this morning. How are you feeling about the Milwaukee Brewers' chances of coming back from an 0-2 deficit against the Dodgers to win the NLCS? Undaunted, slightly daunted, totally daunted. Let us know. Adam weighing in saying, this NLCS is a perfect example of the movie Dodgeball. Oh, you don't say. Haven't the average Joes sort of been the moniker of this squad? A lot has to go right for us to beat the Purple Cobras, but it is possible. Sounds like Adam is either undaunted or slightly daunted. Let us know where you stand today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you will find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. It's Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with breakfast, go for lunch, maybe linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. It is all wonderful. Flavors and drinks for every mood. The studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails is now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. That's St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Been a big headache this morning. 4394 northbound's backed up out of the Mitchell interchange pretty much all the way up. We've got accidents along the way, all the way up to about Lapham on the southbound side as well. We've got accidents, multiple ones all the way down. So give yourself extra time. Now 794 is backing up on the northbound side from north of Layton. So keeping that in mind, just factor in that extra time. Eastbound 94, we got backups from about Springdale Road through past Barker Road. Back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way through the stadium. The westbound side's backed up from the zoo all the way to Calhoun. And then southbound 43 backing up from just south of Silver Spring, stretching all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning showers tapering off, then mostly cloudy, a high of 60. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 52. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp therapists have helped more than 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy, like the right question or a safe space to cry or a small win, can really change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take that step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we can save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. You all right back there?
That's so true.
It was a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
She got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Know that when you go and look at underdog win percentage by sport, Major League Baseball is top of the list.
There you go.
Okay? So 42% of the time from 2024 to 2025, the underdog won in a Major League Baseball game. I would imagine that the Brewers, although they had the best record in baseball, I would imagine that going into this game 3 tomorrow, they will be the underdog.
I can confirm.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
So here's what you need to know this morning. 42% of the time in 2024 and 2025, 42% of the time from 2015 to 2020. So that's a larger swath. Those 5 years, and then last season as well, 42% of the time the underdog won in Major League Baseball. And that's about all I got for you guys this morning. So you can decide for yourself how much you want to invest in that chew.
I think that's another thing. I think this will feel like a regular season game because it's a 3 o'clock game there. In the stadium is empty for the first handful of innings. It's not an intimidating place to play. I watched the Philly series. I mean, I was blown away how empty the seats were. So that's one nice thing. It's not like going into Wrigley or anything like that. So it gave me a little hope.
You think that levels the playing field a little bit?
I think it takes away home field advantage.
Yeah, but I would also argue, look at this dangerous waters I'm treading into. This is like Chewy with the ocean stepping in with his toe. I don't know that AmFam has been intimidating. I don't know that it has been a hostile environment for opponents. I don't know that teams walk in there going, oh, it's a tough place to play. AmFam Field is a tough place to play. I saw Jimmy Rollins talking about how it's one of the best home run hitting ballparks in the league. And, Dodgers certainly have taken advantage of that at times. Gabe, do you have any?
I think with baseball, anytime, again, like was it hostile? Like you brought up Chicago before. If the Cubs had 3 hits in 2 games, how hostile would Wrigley be? Not very.
Yeah.
Not very. That's just the fact of the matter. Like
it's a symbiotic relationship, okay?
Yes.
The fans can't create an environment if the team isn't giving them something to cheer about.
Correct. And the Brewers offensively have not given Brewers fans much to cheer about over the last 2 games.
Yeah, and Joshy said he was there last night. They were trying their damnedest.
Giving it my all. You should have seen me waving that towel. That was a rotator cuff injury from spinning that thing around in the first couple innings.
Josh, let me ask you a question.
You and Woody with shoulder injuries right next to each other?
Josh.
I'm listening.
What did you want to wear to the game instead of your khakis? You got dressed up a little bit. That doesn't sound like...
Well, the thing is, I came out wearing joggers that were a tan color. It's not like they're fancy, but it's not like I showed up in anything that looks like, traditional sweatpants with the cuffs at the bottom, and I got a weird look. Mussolini said, "You're wearing that?" And I said, yeah, it's a baseball game. Like, and I don't know, are jeans more formal? Do I look more formal if I'm...
Wait, this brings up a great question. What is the sport of the major sports? And I don't want to hear polo or something like that. I get it. That's a fancy sport. What is the sport that you have to dress up the most for?
Golf.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Good call.
Why, just because you're wearing a shirt with a collar?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say a lot of people, though, at NBA games.
NBA is like a fashion show.
If you're in the first handful of rows and you're going to be on TV, people are dressing pretty fancy.
That's different to me because that is so clearly and evidently people who are hoping to get on camera, get noticed, and use that position then for personal gain.
Yeah. Like only people like Larry David are showing up,
right?
In the average
being
wear.
Courtside and being seen on TV is as much public relations as it is an expectation.
Well, you got a lot of things at play here, right? The NBA is indoors, so it's a climate-controlled environment, right? In the NFL, you're basically dressing utilitarian. You're dressing for whatever the elements are, whether it's an 80-degree day in September or it's a 20-degree day in December. That's what dictates your wardrobe. So for me, dressing up, look, last night when Chaser came out wearing his outfit, did I say, "Are you wearing those pants?" I did. So me and Mussolini were on the same wavelength yesterday.
What was he wearing?
He was wearing shorts. And I just said,
"What's wrong with that?"
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Then why did you say that? When you say that to a person, it's never a positive. When you say you're wearing that, that's a negative.
All right, Chewy.
There's nothing positive about it.
Let's walk through this together. You have boys. How short are the shorts that the boys are wearing now?
They'll wear 5-inchers.
Stockton-esque.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when there's so much thigh meat, I was like, hey, I don't know, maybe we can just put some pants on. I don't know. They're very short. The shorts are short. Boys are wearing short shorts, boys. I don't know if you know this.
Look, my one boy got kicked out of gym class for wearing a Speedo to the pool. So that's how far.
Oh.
There we go. And he also came out of the lake house when he got the point from me in what Borat wore in his movie, which is not appropriate.
Oh, the banana hammock.
Banana hammock.
Yeah.
The green one.
So he has no shame.
And speaking of football season, guys, when I am on the go, I trust Accutrans Group for all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's me getting to the airport or heading to Lambeau for the green and gold action, I make the ride stress-free by using Accutrans. At Good Karma Brands, we count on Accutrans to get our partners to and from Green Bay first class every time. They got professional drivers, they got reliable pickups, zero parking hassles. Your game day fun starts the moment you step on board, so book your ride now at AccuTransGroup.com and you can always enjoy the ride.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Get your first look at the Wisconsin Badger men's basketball team when they take the court in the Bad Boy Moors series at Fiserv Forum on Friday, October 24th. Bucky will lace them up against Oklahoma at 7 p.m. in this preseason exhibition game. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. Take advantage of this rare opportunity to see the Badgers and Sooners play in Milwaukee. Buy tickets at FiservForum.com. Catch elite men's college basketball when Wisconsin and and Oklahoma play on Friday, October 24th at Fiserv Forum.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy, and I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible work being done by Prism Economic Development Corporation. Real change happens when people are given the opportunity to step into their God-given purpose. Prism is doing just that, helping aspiring food entrepreneurs and small business owners turn their dreams into sustainable reality.
Join Tony Dungy and learn more about Prism Economic Development Corporation in Milwaukee at prismedc.org.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at Accutransgroup.com.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, you know. Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times. Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident?
There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're looking for that great corporate party, but you're not quite sure how to plan it, contact our friends at Events by Design. Just search online, Events by Design. You'd boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. The creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do, believing every event should not just be successful, but fun, one people are still talking about years later. And that's what Events by Design can do, whether it's a small thing or if they're just assisting your party or they're putting on the party for you. Events by Design can help. So just reach out to them. Find out what they can do for you. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Thanks for hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Wildy and Tausch is next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
We have an accident on the ramp from eastbound 94 to 175 northbound. That ramp right now is closed because of this crash, so do be extra careful heading through there. Delays coming in from the Zoo interchange all the way through the stadium interchange anyway. We do have an accident northbound on 4394 on the left shoulder at Mitchell. Then we've got another one on the southbound side on the left shoulder right about at Beecher. And then northbound 4394 at Holt Avenue, they were able to move everything off to the left shoulder with this accident. But we do have another accident on the southbound side just past Holt, almost to Howard Avenue. The left lane is still blocked with that. So delays heading through that area. Southbound 43, heavy from just south of Silver Spring all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue. On the northbound side, we're just seeing some delays right past North.